Hi guys, how are y'all doing? I want to go ahead and do our introduction video for this week. I hope everybody had a fantastic Easter. I want to tell you the few things that you can do on your own this week without a video from me. And then there's a couple things I want to go ahead and do now so that you'll be able to have it and be able to get the worksheets done for it, okay? The first thing I want to remind you of is that our Bible verse is still the letter V since it's pretty long, and there's a 4-day week last week and a 4-day week this week. I want us to just really practice on this one both weeks. So hopefully you're practicing it a lot last week, and we're going to practice it some more this week too, so we can really be sure that we have it all the way memorized. Verily, verily, I say unto you, whatsoever ye shall ask the Father in my name, he will give it to you. John 16:23. I thought it was 16:23, but I was looking at the camera. It didn't look quite right. 16:23. All right. So be working on that. I still have, also your penmanship, easy peasy. Again, there's 2 pages in this one, front and back of 2 different penmanship pages, and these are some long sentences. I really want you to do your very best. I know it's a lot, it can be kind of difficult, but I want you to do your very best on it, okay? And do your best to read out the sentences that you're writing as well. What else? This week, you're gonna get started on your green book. Now, this book is very big. It's got more pages than all of our other books that we've done so far, and it's got a lot of good information in it. I would like for you to spend time every day on this book, just a page or 2 at a time, unless you've just got it and you're just flying through it. That's awesome too. But I want to give you at least time to at least do 2 pages a day, and we're going to work on that all of this week and all of next week since this book is so big, okay? So hang on to this book. It is yours to keep, and just try to do at least 2 pages every day throughout the week. And we're going to work on this all week this week and all week next week. Okay. Last thing I want to show. Well, it's the last page, but it's 2 different things. I want to go over this page on both sides. This side, I have some cards I want to show you and go over what it means to be orderly. And then on the back, there's a story that goes with this. So pay attention because I'm going to read your story in a little bit first, okay? But I want to tell you about what it means to be orderly, okay? You see, this looks just like the picture. Ah, it's like the same thing. So this little boy is being very orderly. Listen to this cute poem that's on here. My room, that's what it's called. Toys in the toy box, books on the shelf. Bed made quite neatly, I did it myself. An orderly room is a happy place and brings a big smile to my mommy's face. Does a smile come on your mommy's face whenever you've cleaned your room or whenever you've tidied something up? I bet. How does your room look? What are some things you can do to keep your room in order? So imagine your room or your space in your house, or really any space in the house, what you can do to keep it in order. You make sure your toys are put away. You can make sure that the floor is clean. You make sure your clothes are put away, shoes are put away. Everything's in its place, right? Do you wait for your mother, grandmother, grandpa, aunt, uncle, brother, sister, dad? Do you wait for them to tell you to clean up your room? Or do you do it before they even ask? Could you? Could you go ahead and clean up before they even ask you to? Absolutely. You could go ahead and just clean up. Whenever you see that there's a mess, it's a good time to clean up, okay? Everything has a place. My grandmother, whenever we were, my grandmother and my mom, anytime we were cleaning stuff up or going through stuff or decluttering, they would always say, everything needs to have a place and put everything in its place. If you have something that it doesn't have a place, it doesn't belong. And so that's how we cleaned everything. And anything we saw, if it's not in its place, then it's not tidy and it's cluttered. You gotta go put it in its place. Wow, it's always cleaner. This is another one. This is talking about being organized and orderly in school. Let all things be done decently and in order. 1 Corinthians 14:40. God has given us the precious gift of time. He wants us to enjoy each day, but he is not pleased when we waste time. Keeping our things in an orderly manner at school helps us make better use of the time God gives us. What are some ways you can keep our classroom orderly? I can think of one right off the bat. Whenever we get to school in the morning, the first thing we do, we put our lunchbox on the shelf if we have it. We put our backpack on the hook. We put our folder on the desk. Everything, as soon as we get there, is already in order. If you've got a jacket on and you want your jacket off, you can put it on your hook outside or you can put it on the back of your chair. Everything is already orderly, right? Anytime we play in the classroom or do anything in the classroom, we clean it up before we go anywhere, right? Do we go in the classroom and do puzzles or play and then say, oh, it's time to go lunch, let's just go? We have to have time to clean up. Everything has to be put up where it belongs, in its place, right? Everything has its place. Everything's got to go in its place. Everything's got to stay orderly, okay? So the Bible tells us that God has given us this precious gift of time, and he doesn't want us to waste time. He wants us to stay orderly and keep things in an orderly manner in school, and that way we can use the time that God has given us more wisely in an orderly fashion, okay? So on your page here, it says, the Bible says, let all things be done decently and in order. 1 Corinthians 14:40. So you can color the picture on here, okay? And I want you to be orderly at home. Right now, your school is at home. So I'm sure you've got your school stuff and you have to keep it all together and organized, you know, a designated space to get your schoolwork and things done. Stay organized, stay orderly, keep your room orderly. And whenever we get back to school, I want to see a very orderly classroom, okay? Now, I'm going to read you a passage to help you with the back side of this paper now. Listen very carefully to the story that I'm going to read you, because after I read the story, I'm going to ask you some questions, and depending on what the question is, you'll know what you need to circle because you listened to the story. If you don't listen to the story and I ask you the questions, you're going to have no idea what to circle, okay? So we listen very carefully. Have this page out. If you don't already have it out, you want to go ahead and do it with me, you can. Or, you know, it's on YouTube, so if you want to come back to it, you can, because the story will be on here. Are you ready? So listen very carefully, okay? When he was a baby, Marcus Moose drank his mother's milk. Her rich, creamy milk helped him grow fat so he could live through the cold winter. Now that he is older, Marcus eats almost all day. He likes to eat water lilies and other water plants. They give him salt. He needs to grow hair and antlers. Marcus's long legs make it hard for him to reach the grass he likes to eat. He makes a funny sight as he kneels down on his front legs to eat it. He also eats leaves, twigs, and bark from trees. In the spring, he especially likes to find a maple tree. When he does, he peels off the bark with his teeth and licks off the sap. The sap is what maple syrup is made from. It tastes sweet, like the special desserts your mom makes for you. Isn't that sweet? So that's the passage, and I want you to listen very carefully to the questions and circle the best answer, okay? So number 1 says, Marcus drank his mother's milk so he could grow fat and live through what season? All right, so number 1, Marcus drank his mother's milk so he could grow fat and live through what season? On your paper, you have winter, fall, and spring. Remember what I said in the story, circle the season that Marcus needed to be nice and big and fat to live through, okay? That's number 1. Number 2, Marcus needs salt from the water plants he eats to grow hair and what else? Number 2, is it hoofs, antlers, or tail? Circle the one that you remember hearing in the story, okay? Hoofs, antlers, or tail. Number 3, what must Marcus do to reach grass to eat? Remember they said he looks silly. His legs are so long now that he has a hard time getting this grass. Remember that part? Does he kneel, lie down, or stand? Circle the one you think is the correct answer. Kneel, lie down, or stand. Let me see if you can comprehend what we're reading, comprehend the story. Number 4, how does Marcus get the sap from maple trees? So he loves to eat that sap off the maple trees. How does he do it? Number 4, does he kick the tree? Does he rub his antlers on it? Or does he lick the tree? Okay, and the last one, number 5, what sweet treat is made from the sap of maple trees? Is it maple syrup, gravy, or chocolate syrup? Okay, I hope you're listening to that story. If some of those got a little over your head, just rewind it a little bit, listen to the story again, listen very carefully so you can get the right answers, okay? Oh, hey, do you want to come say hey? You want to come say hey right here? Say hey to the camera, tell my students. Tell them hi. 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 Levi just wanted to pop in and say hey. Oh. Ugh. Hi. Hi. And there's Daddy's drums. Yeah. I think that's everything. Tell them to say have a good week. We love you. Blow a kiss. Mwah. Do you want to hit the button? Yeah. Okay. Blow a kiss. Mwah. Oh, mwah. There we go. Mwah. I love you guys. Good luck. Don't forget. I love you. Oh, that's so nice. Don't forget to call me, text me, email me. video chat if you need anything at all, okay? Good luck, guys. I love y'all. All right, hit the button. Nope, not that one. That one.